Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening. I'm Serious JG. Another one of these interesting, I have to catch you up video starts here. So I'm still trying to find the right balance between playing a bunch, like, how to keep the uploads consistent and logical, but semi-timely for you guys, and playing the game as much as I want, because I just, like, I'll settle in and play this game for a couple hours, and then realize, oh fuck, I've been playing this game for hours. That's how I am with all the Nobunaga's Ambition games for the most part. But so the last time we kind of hit the end of a video in a pretty important place, and I decided, well, I'll dick around off screen for a bit and see how a couple of different things might play out. But I ended up getting really far. Something really interesting is going to happen that I'm not going to spoil. But I learned a lot. Basically, if we can weather the current storm, a couple of things are going to happen. For one thing, if we pull everything out of our castles to defend against the Takeda, and I think even if we don't, like, my next thing I want to do is grab Kanazawa Temple. But here's the thing. I think the path of history has been, like, the event path is a bit broken. We've got, what is the year? The year is 1563. So we're doing okay for our events. There's only one event we can't see, and I showed it off screen. And then there's a bunch of events we don't want to get to that are all to do with Kenshin Uesugi's death and the succession crisis. Succession crisis. Not secession crisis. This is the only event that I showed this off screen. We can't get this. It seems like we can't get this if we play as the Uesugi or the Takeda. Oddly. But otherwise, yeah, we've got some stuff like, okay, we can't get Amago clan annihilated because we grabbed Shinazuki Yamanaka, maybe? And the Battle of Mitakagahara is broken. And there's some stuff involving the, I think the most important one coming up here. Maybe this isn't broken yet, but it's about to break. There's some events that involve the the Oda taking taking control over the capital region, like Nijo Palace here represents Kyoto, I think. That aren't going to happen. Like the actual historical events involving Oda Nobunaga rising in to avenge the shogun, and a figure appearing and claiming to be the shogun's brother, and the rightful new shogun, and political shenanigans there that aren't going to happen. But the Oda are still going to expand and get really powerful, and there's actually, it doesn't look like we have to worry about that. We actually, I think, are going to have to worry about the Oda attacking our flank up here at, Kanazawa if I take it pretty soon. I'm getting ahead of myself. I didn't realize. I think I didn't quite realize that I hadn't taken Kanazawa Temple yet when I last saved. But the other thing I noticed is, like, I just kind of on a wild hair started looking at vassalizing clans. We can fucking vassalize pretty much everybody east of us except the Date right now. It's crazy. We got a couple of clans that are in alliances. Like the Date and the Megami are going to be in a marriage alliance, which prevents them from being vassalized. And the Osaki clan are already vassals of the Date. But, like, I can roll up and vassalize a bunch of clans. And I think we can vassalize clans down here as well. And one of the last things I ran into while I was goofing around off screen, and this was after the Hojo attacked my allies, and I supported them. And again, I play the game much faster off screen because I'm not stopping to read the hearsay, and I'm not usually staffing and making micromanaging decisions. I'm just like, all right, throw a few officers in here. Don't bother to min-max this like I do on screen. It might be more fun for you guys to watch my off-screen playstyle than my on-screen playstyle. But I'm pushing much faster, and we managed to take, like, we take 2 cities from the Hojo, and then I, just for shits and giggles, check and see, because then, like, the Satake push and gain against them too, while they're weakened fighting us, and the Satomi, like, other clans push against the Hojo while we're pushing against the Hojo, and then the Hojo, I can make vassals right at the end of what I was playing around with the other day, and I was like, okay, shit, I have to stop, because there are historical events that I want to show that are just, they can't happen if the Hojo are our vassal. Although, there's a thing that we haven't seen much of with the court officials. Emigres. If we have a vassal clan, the leader of it can be an emigre for us and give us bonuses similar to the conservator. And most of the time this doesn't do anything because what the emigre, it's like the conservative, it's a positive and a negative. And most of the time the negative overweighs the positive for me and I don't do anything with it. But with the leader of the, like if Uchiyasu Hojo was our emigre, we take a huge gold cut and get a massive food boost. And it was kind of interesting, but what I'm getting to is like on screen in our actual reality, I kind of need to find a way to slow this down because getting weakened by us, because I also attacked the Takeda and take some cities, and then getting weakened by us is going to make it to where the Takeda are getting slapped around by the Oda and the Matsudaira as well. And I think there's a possibility, because there's a bunch of Takeda events with the Oda that were probably, I think various things are going to stop them from playing out correctly too. But I think there's a real risk that we're not going to see the proper historical events to end the Triple Jump Moonsault Alliance. The events that lead to the Hojo trying to get close to the Uesugi and offering up a son as a hostage. Like, there are events that I think are interesting to see that we may just have to do them. We just have to do another video of here's what was supposed to happen because things are getting shaken out. But if I want to try and keep them going, I probably have to ease off on the Takeda a bit. And that's a difficult balance to strike. They're attacking me now in force, and it would be very difficult to fight them off without losing at least one castle. Because I've got forces committed elsewhere. They wouldn't attack me if I had all my armies in their castles. So there's going to be this balancing act we're going to play with. Well, organizing a big offensive against the Takeda would be successful for us, but we might weaken the Takeda too much that the Takeda can't live out the historical events that I do want to see because they involve the Uesugi. In the long term, if we can get those events to play out, we're going to defeat the Takeda and take over the rest of Japan. And I want to show the fantasy fictional event where your Kenshin defeats the Takeda once and for all while what's his name? I'm blanking on his name. Shingen, while Shingen is still alive. So I do want to see that stuff. But anyway, if I can shut up and get to these hearsay and read them, something really interesting is about to happen that I didn't know was coming either. But I'm going to try not to spoil that. So let's see. Proposal. I guess I'm curious what you think. They always have a proposal when you load a save. He wants us to make Kaizu Castle a defense base. Understood. We're not going to do that though. I've heard tales about an incident concerning the Matsudaira clan. Neat. Nice. Holy Rebellion of the Mikawa. Following the Battle of Okehazama, the Mikawa Matsudaira clan formed the Kyosu alliance with the Oda clan, and finally severed relations with the Imagawa clan. This is another thing that can get messed up, like the Takeda clan are really supposed to go hostile against the Imagawa now that the Imagawa are weak. And I don't know how quickly that's supposed to happen, but we're weakening the Takeda clan to where the Imagawa clan are no longer an easy prey for them, because the Takeda have been weakened by us. And that's messing up the sort of treacherous actions of the Takeda that are supposed to drive some future events. Their clan leader, Motoyasu Matsudaira, changed his name to Ieyasu and strove to unite Mikawa province. However, members of the Iko Shu sect in Mikawa did not look kindly on his ambitions. Having enjoyed the privileges of being an independent domain since the time of Ieyasu's father, Hirotada Matsudaira, they rejected Ieyasu's design and revolted along with their followers. Amidst all this were the Mikawa warriors, who were said to be loyal as hounds. Torn between faith and loyalty, more than half of the retainers opted to side with the sect. Both Mikawa province and the Matsudaira clan were soon entangled in the chaos. The first heads of the houses to side with the Iko Shu were Masanobu Honda and his brother Masashige. Moritsuna Watanabe, one of Tokugawa's 16 protectors, would later join them. And then Saratsugu Hachiya, known widely as Hanojo Hachiya, would follow suit, because everybody needs like 3 names. Hirotsugu Natsume and Kiyonaga Naito, officers on whom Ieyasu had depended, joined as well.
What is this?
This is lunacy. Mikawa has been rent in half. We must deal with this at once, lest Mikawa be devoured by other daimyo. Our allies, the Oda clan, will find the Matsudara clan unworthy and abandon us.
Let's get started.
I must end this by whatever means. It is the only way to ensure our future.
Yeah, these Ikkyu, whatever monk sects were, Ikoshu, these guys annoyed the piss out of Nobunaga as well. And a lot of events related to how he dealt with the monks led other forces to be hostile to him, and I think we're not going to see them play out either. And I don't know that I've wrecked it yet, but if I haven't, I'm going to, because I think when I attacked the temple up in the north, it may or may not further dislodge these events with the warrior monks of Honoji, Honganji, whatever they're called. Ieyasu led the remaining retainers to battle with the Ikoshu and battered them until they agreed to peace talks. And after sending the retainers home, he dismantled the collective of Ikoshu followers. He urged temples to convert to other sects, demolishing the ones that refused. Resistant retainers were also shown no mercy, as they were either expelled or placed under house arrest. The Ikoshu sect was forbidden in Mikawa for a long time afterwards, and the Matsudaira clan avoided annihilation. And perhaps his first crisis as a daimyo, Ieyasu, seeking to unify Mikawa, crushed sects and retainers alike, eliminating all those who opposed him in one fell swoop. Its capacity for ruthless governance had been well demonstrated. So, Masanobu Honda is dismissed. Yeah, and then of course his descendants would, stomp out Christianity in Japan as well. The Tokugawa did not like messing around with religious sects that didn't want to follow the rules of civil governance. Now we've got some stuff with the Rokoku clan. Kanonji Family Feud. Shotai Rokaku remained so powerful after retiring that the young clan leader Yoshisuke ended up a mere Let's start this over. Shotai Rokaku remained so powerful after retiring that the young clan leader Yoshisuke ended up a mere figurehead, not even respected by his retainers.
I will not tolerate this.
Ridiculed by my father and retainers alike, but I am the one who rules Rokoku clan.
How dare you?
Nothing will change like this. I must be uncompromising, and the rebellious retainers must be punished. Ooh. At a loss, Yoshisuke resorted to the drastic measure of suddenly purging the man acting as chief retainer, Katatoyo Goto. There is no one left to interfere. I shall hear nothing of Katatoyo nor my father. The leader of the Rokoku clan is me! Yoshisuke changed his name to Yoshiharu, and although his rule was almost absolute, his purging of the popular Katatoyo Goto roused animosity in his retainers.
I will not tolerate this.
What possible crime could Lord Goto have committed? The young lord's absurd antics cannot be ignored. His orders shall not be obeyed. Indignant, the retainers ultimately expelled the father and son Yoshiharu and Shoto Rokoku from Kanonji in an incident known as the Kanonji Family Feud.
Our ranks have been shattered.
Lords and retainers are two sides of the same coin. In this era of endless strife, such buffoonery befits no one. Among others, Chief Retainer Sarahide Gamo and Sadamochi Mikumo stepped in to mediate by negotiating the retainers' demands with the Rokoku father and son. Rokaku.
I simply cannot fathom this.
I cannot forgive them for having ousted their lord from the castle. The ringleader must be executed.
Yoshisuke, no, Yoshiharu, you are partially responsible for this ruckus.
Do not further exacerbate the situation. Oh, is he tied up? Are we actually seeing that as part of his character design? That's neat. But father, we are to hear the retainers' demand soon. Drink this and return to the castle.
This is going nowhere.
What is the meaning of this? Has the clan leader any authority at all? I gave myself a different voice for a minute because JG lost track of who was who. Must I bow to my retainers' every whim?
Very well. Proceed.
It cannot be helped. Dragging out this chaos will invite interference from other clans. I love this much, Yoshiharu. Father! Though disgruntled, the Rokaku father and son achieved peace with the retainers and brought an end to the Kanoji family feud. The Rokaku family were left with no choice but to sign the domain law called the Rokaku Clan Code, severely limiting the clan leader's authority. This incident saw the prestige of the illustrious Rokaku clan of Omi, the very clan that had once clashed with the shogunate, greatly diminished. We got a change in title. We got an officer who dies. Okay. I'd like to see the apparent disturbance of the Otomo clan. I would love to hear about this mysterious JG. Soren and Dozetsu. Yoshitsuge Otomoto had not appeared at council for some time. He was too busy working on his clown ruff. His congenital health problems initially caused his retainers to worry, but they would eventually learn that this was the least of their problems. Yoshishige would hold daily banquets in his palace, drowning himself in alcohol and women. Otomo Clan, Funai Castle.
Will Yoshishige be absent again today, then?
Sir, he is currently still in his palace.
What?
Eek.
Should we move?
It seems I must take matters into my own hands.
For the next few days, neither Yoshishige nor Akitsura came to council. While everyone was initially surprised at their absence, that surprise turned to shock upon hearing the reason. Apparently, Akitsura had invited a dancer from the capital to hold banquets of his own. Intrigued by the rumor, Yoshishige expressed interest in being invited to Akitsura's festivities. I don't think we've seen this one before.
You're telling me that the straight-laced Moor, who can't stand moon viewing events, cherry blossom picnics, or even drinking parties, is a fan of dancers?
Marvelous.
Well, good for him. Life is not meant for fighting alone. I'm happy he finally realized it.
To begin, his first dancer is called the 3-beat meter. His first dance is called the 3-beat meter.
Very well.
Huh? Why is Akitsura not here? Who cares? Start the show!
Very well. Yoshishige was instantly overcome with joy upon viewing the dancer's performance. I humbly apologize for my lack of ability.
That couldn't be further from the truth. I would expect no less of a dancer from the capital. Just marvelous. But is that all? Have you no more dances? Who cares? Someone pour the drinks.
I shall handle it.
If I may be allowed the honor. Akitsura!
Would you hear me out?
I'm finally graced with your presence. There's a matter I've been hoping to discuss with you.
Dots! Akitsura then lectured him at length, criticizing his indulgent behavior. As a result, Yoshishige vowed to practice restraint. The dance at the performers invited by Akitsura is still known today as the Tsurutsaki dance. The next day, Otomo Clan, Funai Palace.
Thought of something.
Akitsura, to prove that I've changed my ways, I intend to enter the priesthood. I've decided I like little...
No, JG, don't make that joke. No.
My name from this day forward will be Soren. What do you think? Do you like it? My lord does in fact listen to council, but his cooperation often ends soon after. I can only hope this decision does not invite some future catastrophe. No, I must ensure that it doesn't.
Akitsura then decided to join Yoshishige in entering the priesthood, and thus his name became Dozetsu. The name meant to remain in place until the snow upon the road disappears, and is said to aptly represent Dozetsu's chivalrous spirit. You know, sometimes Japanese takes a lot of syllables to say the same thing that English would say. This is actually like something that's been studied. Like in World War II, when there was unreliable airwave communication by radio, it took longer for Japanese to relay instructions, and it was more likely for those instructions to break down and be misunderstood just because there was more syllables and words involved in relaying the same idea than there is in English. And I mean, this research on this, and it ties in with all the stuff with using Navajo code talkers to confuse the Japanese and blah blah blah. But I have to say that dozetsu is a pretty efficient way of saying it, to remain in place until the snow upon the road disappears. So, good on you, Japanese. Anyway, we got some name changes. Bond breaker ploy, Takada and the Hojo. That's probably a good idea, but I don't have a lot of cash. Let's instead focus on some of these improvements.
Then, let's begin. I understand.
Alright. Feels like we were at that for a while. And I was saying that some interesting stuff is going to go down in this video if I can actually get to gameplay. So let's actually try to do that. Good, we did have quite a few of those events to get through. Alright. So I think we've got... Yeah, we got Teratora himself returning in the hopes of being able to actually fight off the Takada invasion. We also have the Hojo launching an attack on us. And we've got some allies riding out to assist. So let's see if we can get our allies. So the Hojo are all attacking Hachigata Castle, or some of them attacking Oishi Castle? These guys are heading to Oda Castle. You guys are heading to Oda Castle. You guys are heading to Hachigata. I think Hachigata is probably safe, but... I already got you heading back to Hachigata. Let's have these allies... Oh, I can't order them. Weird. Seems like I can... Okay, I can order the tribes, but not the reinforcements that are from other clans. So Toishi Castle may be a bit of a lost cause, to be honest with you, but we're going to try to... the only way that it's really possible to save Toishi Castle is if I get these units, like, hit Masayama, and then these forces reappear in time in Kasugeyama, and we can have Teratora ride down himself and do a manually controlled battle where we have a really efficient use of our troops to wipe out a lot of their troops. There's pretty much no other way we're saving Toishi Castle. Because, I mean, if nothing else, Shingen is marching with 12,000 troops of his own. And all these other units together. It's not looking good for us. But, honestly, we took Kaizu and then Toishi from them after the Battle of Kasugeyama? I always keep saying that one wrong. Even if we were to lose it and keep Kaizu, we actually wouldn't be doing that bad overall. We'd have a prestige hit, and we'd want to refocus on, like, I'd want to stop wasting time with other foes like the Ashina, which we have beaten, so it's, you know, it's not a problem now. But yeah, let's finish off. But the big thing is we did this big march against the Hitakayama, and that just emptied out our castle to the point where Shingen was comfortable attacking us. So let's see. We do want to finish this at least. Although now we got even more hearsay. Oh, we got fair seizure. That's a really good one. Do we have cash? We do. Let's do it.
I will see it done.
And that's Oishi Castle. So that basically means we're just going to grab a bunch of fairs all at once at Oishi Castle, which is good. It'll be like a part of permanently building up that base that we just can use the fair seizure command. Don't have enough cash left for this other stuff that we want to do. None of which would be that useful anyway right now. So let's do another hearsay. And I really thought we were going to get to this event, and now I think because of the hearsays, we're probably not. But this is the Viceroy of Japan. Nagayoshi Miyoshi, time for Kuroki, started out as a retainer of the Hosokawa, but went on to surpass his lord and establish in the capital a clan that outdid even the shogunate. He was known to some Westerners as the Viceroy of Japan. The younger brothers who supported Nagayoshi, the ferocious demon Kazumasu Sogo, and the master of tea, Chikyu Miyoshi, had already died. Fuyayasu Atagi, the remaining brother and commander of the Satochu Navy, stood opposed to Nagayoshi's finest retainer, Hisahide Matsunaga. No one could have predicted that Fuyayasu would be summoned by Nagayoshi and compelled to commit suicide by his own brother. Which is why it's a good thing it didn't happen, but apparently it did. Was I right, Hisahide? My brothers are all gone. The only one left to support me is you. Well, why did you order your brother to kill himself? What the fuck? Your resolution was praiseworthy, my lord. There is no longer anyone to challenge your heir. Your family can rest easy.
My dreams die with me.
My heir, Yoshitsugu, does he have what it takes to maintain the Miyoshi clan? Please do not worry yourself. I will endeavor to support him in any way I can. Following the death of his own son, Yoshioki, Nagayoshi adopted Kazumasu Sogo's son, Yoshitsugu, and declared him successor. Nagayoshi and Hisahide put Fuyayasu to death before he could threaten the young Yoshitsugu's authority. I am not long for this world. Should Yoshitsugu prove incapable of safeguarding Awa and the capital, you must lead the Miyoshi clan. What is the meaning of these timorous remarks? Your lowly servant Hisahide is nothing without you, my lord. Young Lord Yoshitsugu will make a fine heir, so be well until then.
I have no regrets.
No, I know my body is giving out. Now tell me, Hisahide, was this nation truly mine? Without a doubt in my mind, Lord Nagayoshi, you are king of this country. Was I? Thank you. I have been quite the burden, haven't I, Hisahide? Having used the shogun to assert his authority across the regions surrounding the capital before even Nobunaga, perhaps Nagayoshi was actually the first man to rule the country. However, with his younger brothers and son dead, he was deeply alone at the end. Lord Nagayoshi, you were the only one worthy of my loyalty. And now that you've passed on, what is left for me? Should Yoshitsugu prove incapable, you must lead the Miyoshi clan. Miyoshi clan. Miyoshi clan.
Now it is our turn.
Well, well, this world may yet have need of me on its center stage. Fuyayasu Atagi dies. Yoshitsugu Miyoshi succeeds Nagayoshi Miyoshi as daimyo, and Nagayoshi Miyoshi dies. We are really close to the thing I am interested in happening, but we're not quite there. I have found Lord Yoshitaka Endo. This is not the thing I'm excited about in particular. As you see, he's a sort of below average guy. He's probably going to end up having bad loyalty because he'll get the penalty for being looked down on. But he is from a powerful clan of Mino. He served the Hideyoshi Toyotomi, not capitalized for some reason. At the Battle of Komaki Nagakute, he was accused of helping the Oda. He fought in the Battle of Sekigahara for the Eastern Army. Interesting. So he served Toyotomi. Then he was accused of being a traitor and ended up siding with Ieyasu in the end. Maybe he was a traitor initially.
I am yours to command.
Oh my god, another hearsay? Alright, we'll read this one. I'm trying to advance some stuff here, but we've got to deal first with the name change to Gifu Castle. Teacher, you've come.
But of course, your capture of Mino is the first step in taking all of Japan. I would not miss this celebration.
Let me tell you my idea.
That is just like you. I'm considering living here. What do you think? If this video was going to end on time with one more hearsay event, having Nobunaga in it and me doing my Nobunaga line reads is not going to help. My lord has only ever done exactly as he pleased. My opinion on the matter is meaningless. Even if the land you desired were to be near the capital, nothing could stop you. It pleases you, then. In that case, I require a good name for this land. At that time, the castle town of Inabayama that Nobunaga had captured went by the name of Inokuchi. Is that what you wanted to know? Long ago, Inabayama was known as Gizan. A name associated with the mountains in China, eh? Which would mean Inokuchi lies at the base of this Gizan. Then what of the name of Gifu, the foothills of Gizan? Ho ho! A fine name! King Wen of Zhou united China at Gizan, and Confucius was born and developed his philosophy at Khufu. Combining the auspices Gi and Fu, it will be a fine land. Auspicious Gi and Fu will be a fine land.
I like what I hear.
That settles it. This town will now be called Gifu, and the castle on Inabayama that looks down upon it shall be called Gifu Castle. Both the castle and the town will be rebuilt to suit me. My unification of Japan begins here. In that case, my lord, what of using this as your seal? What's this? Dawn of Revolution? Indeed, it is said that King Wu of Zhou served 7 virtues to bring China under his control. Some say the kanji for warrior comes from the Chinese character for the spear that ends all war, and the... Wait. Old teacher. I am no longer the fool of Owari. I will have time to listen to your tales when I retire.
I'm indebted to you.
But I have become fond of this seal. It matches perfectly with my own thoughts. Thank you, teacher, and shut up. That's what he's saying. But of course, I'm happy to hear it. I am relieved to see that my lord has not changed. The my lord. While there are many theories on how this naming occurred, the town of Inokuchi became known as Gifu, and Inabayama Castle was rebuilt as Gifu Castle. So there's many theories on this, and what we just showed you is bullshit that we made up. At the same time, Nobunaga changed his seal to the now famous Dawn of Revolution, revealing his ambition to the world. Alright, so we got a name change. And a main base change. We're still riding the battle.
Soldiers, raise your voices.
Counties are being occupied. Battle is being joined. Yeah, we are currently in a losing effort against the Takara here. Let's get these forces to converge on Ujiyasu Hojo
The enemy will soon lie broken.
to prevent him from taking that terrain, if nothing else. If somehow we end up having to force a truce with the Hojo, I don't want to leave any territory in their hands. Meanwhile, interestingly enough, the Hojo are up here. Oh, they've got a castle that is giving Kawagawa defense troops in order to defend against us, and that castle is now being besieged by the Satake, so that's kind of fun. So you get for like having a front border castle with this clan, and you're making it give defensive troops to the castle that opposes us. I mean, it kind of shows you who they're worried about, and rightly so. I would say that we are a little bit more of a threat overall than the Satake. We currently have the largest max army in Japan. We are the biggest clan in Japan. Ichiban Uosugi.
This is it. To battle. My blade thirsts.
Alright, now we are... Okay, so we got this... we're doing a pincer, so we're going to win this easily. It is just a matter of what's going to happen here with the Takeda. And do we have... Yeah. Okay, now we got a couple of thousand troops here. How much? 40 day. Oh, God. If we just hold out for a little bit... It's like we could send a little minuscule unit out from Kasukayama now. Or wait a little bit and have more troops. There's no easy answer here. Oh, meanwhile, Uchikata Ashina is going to ditch us in the middle of all this. I kind of come to terms with such a decision so abhorrent, I'll stand with the Uesugi clan no more. He was an infantry leader. Kind of hurts to lose him. Oh, but the Ashikaga clan's trust has reached 100. Would you like to begin negotiations at once? Well, here's the thing. This was the thing that snuck up on me, and I didn't realize that we had timed it thus. I've got an idea. But now we're right at the end of a video. So let's come back next time and figure out, hey, we've just maxed out our relationship again with the Shogun, and we're constantly giving them money to get higher and higher titles. Maybe there's something else we could do at this moment to take advantage of our position within the Shogunate. I don't know. Let's think it over, and we'll follow up next time. Bye for now.